Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Monday to you. That means it's time for Cheer Corner. So I'm coming to you from Schravenzonde, the Netherlands, for the last week because on Saturday I fly back home to Chatham, Ontario, Canada. But every Monday I try to come to you with a Cheer Corner card. And the purpose is to change the world one card at a time. So I make a card with you, and then you can nominate someone that I should send this card to brighten their day. So tell me who you want me to send the card to and why I should choose them. And then I'll let you know if your person was the winner. Okay, and then I'll get the details from you. So today I'm going to be showing you new colors. Okay, so I won't be using them all, but these are the new colors that go live tomorrow. So we start with Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. And the cards that you see here, so I've got all my beautiful ink pads, and they're beautiful colors. They're fresh, they're exciting. These are the cards and envelopes. So I'm going to choose, I'm not going to make them all. And then look at how pretty the envelopes are that go with them. So this is part of the Tea Boutique suite. I think, at least I think that's what it's called. So I'm going to be using that stamp set as well. So those are the envelopes. These are the card bases. It just makes it so easy to make some pretty cards. I'm also going to be using some of this Starry Sky paper as well as these adhesive sheets, okay? And then I will tell you why I'm using those products. So I'm using two brand new stamp sets. This one is called Thee en Troost in Dutch. In English, I think it's simply called Cup of Tea or Tea Time, okay? I'll figure that out. So the images are the same in both languages, just the words that are different. And when I get to Canada, I will do this again with English words. And then we have Sending Smiles. And Sending Smiles, let me open this up. It has these great dies. The die cuts out sending, and then it also cuts out, you can either use this as a silhouette for the skinny words, or you can use it to cut out the words themselves. So here I have the words cut out already. And then, let me take a peek. Here I have the words cut out and then the silhouette. So isn't that cool? And that is Orchid Oasis and Parakeet Party. So that's one of the options. And then it has these two skinny dies to cut out the words. And then it has a whole bunch of dies to cut out the flowers and the leaves. Okay, so that's why, because of that word sending, in fact, I should take that out right now. I want this one and I want this one. And I'm going to take the cardstock and I'm going to cut this adhesive sheet in half so that I have a 6x6 piece. Okay, oops, I'm getting a whole stack of products already on my desk. So let's cut this at 6 inches. The paper trimmer. There's also an amazing deal on the starter kit starting tomorrow where you get a whole package of in-color products. You get the cardstock, you get pattern paper, you get all the ink pads, and you get some grid paper. And that's all a bonus, and it's worth $90. I'm going to just pull this off. Peel here, it says. So we take this off. And then this piece gets thrown out. Oh, this is stuck to my hand. And then I'm going to, you can do it two ways. I'm going to lay the cardstock on top, just butting it up against that little section. Try to do this as perfectly as I can. There. And what this does, this is now a sticker-backed piece of cardstock. Okay, I didn't do it perfectly, but that's okay. I'll trim that off so that I know there's no stickiness there. So, and then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to trim that off too, just so that I know that what I have left is a complete sticker sheet. And what this is now handy for is I'm going to take this die and I'm going to cut it out and then it'll stick on here. So let's do that for a second. So what I've done now is I've run that through the die cutting machine, and now I have it here. Just going to pop that out. There. And then we'll get the little pokey tool. I don't want to lose my eye. See that little eye? And it's already out of here, which means it has fallen somewhere, or maybe it's still on the die cutting machine. Well, anyway, I have it in my head that I need that eye. And got my pokey tool. So we're just going to pop those bits out. And then we're going to use the pokey tool to take the adhesive backing off of this. And then we'll see how easy this is. Oh, here's the little eye right here. Okay, there. That one's important. You don't want to throw out that little dot. So now I'm taking the outline that I've cut out with Parakeet Party, and we're going to take the adhesive backing off. And maybe, well, I'm going whole hog. I was going to say I should maybe take only half off at a time because it gets a little spirally. And then look, going to put this down, trying to center it, and slowly lower this down. There. Doesn't that look great? Now this piece is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to flip that. Oh, and it already came off. Okay, that's not so bad. Do I want the thing at the top or the bottom? I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, so we have the word sending. It's super important. And now I'm going to take one of my note cards, and I have this one. And I've taken a piece of the tea paper, and this is 3 inches by 4 1/4. So the pattern piece is 3 inches by 4 1/4. This is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, so we're going to adhere this together. It's just a super simple layout that is just easy to repeat. So I'll show it to you in a different format. And when you nominate your person for Cheer Corner, let me know which card you'd like me to send, because I think we're going to make 2. Okay. So remember, this piece was 3 inches by 4 1/4. And the mat, which is Starry Sky, is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. See how pretty that is? And then this one, this card base, picks up the color that's in the flowers, which is the Orchid Oasis. So I'm going to just lay that on flat. You could pop it up if you wanted to. I'm just doing it flat. And then once we have that pretty, pretty envelope, so make sure your teacups are not upside down. Here. There we go. There's some siren going in the distance. So now I just want to do this. Sending. See, and it has the green that's in the background a little bit. And then I want to go sending smiles across the miles. So this card would be perfect for someone who doesn't live in your town. Okay? And now I've already put it on there. But I'm just not going to quite finish this card. I'm just going to lay this aside like this. And then let's take a look and see what it looks like if we do it in Sweet Sorbet. So we have the exact same measurements. We have 3 inches by 4 1/4, 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, take a little liquid adhesive. So the neat thing about Stampin' Up! Is that their products all coordinate. The pattern paper has the same colors as your ink pads, as your cardstock, so it makes it super easy to create a beautiful end product. You don't have to go searching for things to match. It's just like when you go shopping for clothes in a store. It's so nice when they have everything you need under one roof. Okay, so look, we have the 2 cards side by side. And now, see, if we can do it on red. We can do it on Sweet Sorbet, or we can do it on the Orchid Oasis. See how pretty they are? Same paper, just a different background. So you can do whatever you like. I think I'm going to do it on this one. Okay, so we're going to finish it off. And like here it is in a different color. Look, but that doesn't show up. See how the sending on there by itself, it needs that, it needs the background on there. Okay, so we won't do that just yet. I'll finish that one off later and maybe post a picture. So I'm going to put this, I think we'll pop them both up. So here you'll show the difference. So for this one, I could use the big dimensionals. See? At least I hope so. Just and barely. And you know what? That's going to be good enough. Oh, no, make sure you take the backing off, otherwise it won't stick. So I'm going to do that on an angle. And then for the other one, I'm going to use little dimensionals, minis. 1, 2, and 3. And I stamped this with Starry Night, which is a really nice dark indigo blue. And you could do it up high like so, or down. Well, you know what? It's kind of decided. Wow, that's sticking. I could do it like so or lower. It totally depends on what you want. I'm going to do it right there. There. And then you could add some sequins or pretty things. I have some somewhere. I'll go find them in a minute. So now we're going with the same, different card, the same family of paper. Here we have it. Same dimensions. So this is the pattern paper, 3 inches by 4 1/4. The mat of Sweet Sorbet is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. And now we're going to take this polka dot card, and it just gives you a totally different look. I even like it just plain without a sentiment at all. And this time we're going to pop up that focal point just to show the difference. And then we'll put one in the middle. Dimensionals are just a great thing to add to your repertoire. They add a little sophistication to your card by changing up the height of the layers. It's amazing what a little thing like that can do. So just kind of eyeball it and make sure your dimensions are the same all the way around. And then here I've stamped the sending and cut it out. And I'm going to pop that up too, but this time I don't want to be so careful, so I'm going to use the little mini dimensionals to make sure then I don't have to worry about anything sticking out where it's not supposed to. And I can make it a little bit more stable. There's so many of these things, so you can use them liberally. And they're super sticky. It's a super good quality. With Stampin' Up, you do pay a little bit more than you would, let's say, if you went to a dollar store, but you're getting a product that's going to last. Your card is not going to fall apart. I strongly believe that if you're going to bother making a card, you might as well use good products. Otherwise, don't bother. Just go and buy a cheap card. Because people can tell. They can tell when they're holding it in their hand. I don't want to ruin my teapot. I'm going to put it right there. So yeah, you get what, you get out of something what you put into it. So if this is something important to you, then yeah, kind of put your money where your mouth is. So with this one, I'm going to put it flat, and I'm only going to put a dimensional on the end here. Like so that it's the same height. And then we'll add a little bit of liquid adhesive here. And then you can see the same layout, but just switching it up slightly with how we're putting the adhesive on and where we're placing our, oh, that's way too thick. Okay, not good, Jackie. Bit too excited there. So I won't squeeze this hard. We're gonna lay that like so. And then just gently put it down. There. So now you can decide which card you like better, this one or this one. So we're sending smiles across the miles, and just using a different pattern paper gives a completely, it evokes a totally different feeling. And then here you have it in the Sweet Sorbet. And I was going to do it with a pretty lemon print. Here we have the same layout, except I added a strip of paper across and I added a teacup. And this means, it says in Dutch, zullen we een bakkie doen, which means, shall we have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea? It's kind of like saying, do you want a cuppa? Which is what they might say in the UK. And then this one is slightly different. And we just have a panel in the middle with no pattern paper, just some stamps. But it's all the same set, and it's all the same card. So this one goes with the envelope. So it's just super cute, the way they all match. And this one would go with this card. And I'm going to do a class with these at home. Here's the red one. I just have to finish this one off and decide what I'm going to do with it. And then here we have the polka dot one. And the last one that we have is this one here. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you like the trick with the adhesive sheets. Those are really wonderful for adhering any little things. It would have been great to do the lemon wedge that's in the tea set as well. That would have been great. And yeah, it just takes the fiddliness out of things. It's nice making your own stickers, you know? All right, make sure that if you are watching me on YouTube, and I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have saved this till the very end, please click on the red subscribe button, because then you won't miss my, whenever I post a video, you'll get a notification. So I think when you click on the red subscribe button, also a little bell comes up, and if you click on that as well, then you get notified whenever I go live. So thanks a lot for joining me. Be sure to nominate someone in the comments. I look forward to reading your comments and hearing from you. And I will put a list of the products that I've used in the description of the video. If you click on the show more, you'll get the whole list. Click on those links and then you can shop with me in Canada. And I'll also include a link where you can shop with me in Europe. Okay, it's been wonderful. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, and I hope you have a super day. Bye.